Tonight, former Peruvian President Alan Garcia found dead. What happened and what are the consequences?
A self-proclaimed Columbine obsessed teen is found dead this morning. Her trip to Colorado and how the schools responded.
And the suspect accused of burning churches in Louisiana has been charged with hate crimes.
WTOP 10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm Seth Prevertil.
And I'm Jessica Kisluk. We begin tonight with an update on the fires that brought 3 Black Baptist churches to the ground in Louisiana, beginning on March 26th. According to the St. Laundry Parish District Attorney's Office, 21-year-old Holden Matthews has been charged with hate crimes. He pled not guilty to 3 counts of hate crimes, 2 counts of simple arson of a religious building, and 1 count of aggravated arson of a religious building. Matthews has no history of violence and may have been influenced by black metal music and its history of church burnings. He has been known to show his negative opinion of the Baptist beliefs on Facebook. He was denied bond on Monday.
According to the court affidavit, charred remains of 2-gallon gas cans were found at Mount Pleasant Baptist Church that led police to a Walmart in Opelousas and later to Matthews. Walmart informed authorities after he purchased the 2 cans on March 25th on his own debit card. Authorities were able to obtain surveillance photos of Matthews and his father's Ford pickup truck. It is believed he was driving minutes before the Greater Union Baptist Church fire. Cell phone data puts Matthews at the scene of the fires.
New information has come out about the federal case against the Cortland couple regarding their accused sexual abuse case involving minors. According to accused Brittany Berry, her husband threatened to leave her if she didn't film herself sexually abusing a child. Cortland police accused Lawrence and Brittany Berry of conspiring to film sex acts with a boy younger than 5 years old. Federal authorities filed additional charges against the couple on Tuesday.
2 of Syracuse's largest nonprofit behavioral health agencies, Helio Health and Central New York Services, announced today they are merging. Holding on to the Helio Health name, the new operation will have a $70 million annual budget and 729 employees. CEO Jeremy Klemanski said, "We want people in our region to have access to the best behavioral health services available, and this merger helps us build toward that goal." The center will serve in Syracuse, Rochester, Binghamton, and Utica.
The Lifestyle Center hosted a paint and plant event yesterday where students were able to paint pots for succulent plants and learn about the positive effect they can have on the environment in celebration of Earth Day next Monday. Here is WTOP 10 reporter Micah Pazinski with more.
The Lifestyle Center hosted a paint and plant event yesterday to give students an opportunity to de-stress before the end of the semester, as well as learn and help affect the impact that tobacco has on our environment. The event comes as the last part of a 3-program series the center held this school year surrounding different areas of tobacco awareness. This event was meant to focus on the impact of tobacco trash on the environment and the unique role that succulent plants play in decreasing that waste.
Succulents, like the one I painted here, actually help to remove toxic chemicals from the air and add oxygen to the air, which improves the quality of our air as a whole. They've also been known to improve people's moods as well.
This is because the soil actually contains microbes that work as natural antidepressants in our body. Studies have also found that rooms with houseplants can contain up to 60% less airborne molds, chemicals, and bacteria than rooms without. This awareness was a main hope of SUNY Oswego alcohol and other drug coordinator out of the Dean of Students office, Tricia Wolf, as she hopes students were able to take away from this program while being able to de-stress when coordinating this event.
Hopefully students were able to de-stress with our little event today, and they were able to maybe take some tidbits on how to recycle, the impact of tobacco trash on the environment.
Micah Pazinski reporting.
The Lifestyle Center hosts a variety of events on campus throughout the year and can be reached at 501 Calkin.
An 18-year-old University of Buffalo student has died after suspected hazing events. UB President Satish Chapathi says Sebastian Serafin Bazin was hospitalized earlier Friday after the suspected hazing occurred at an off-campus house. Details of the case are yet to be released, and Sigma Pi has not released a statement. All UB fraternity and sorority activities have been suspended until further notice. Children who are visually impaired don't often get to participate in Easter egg hunts. As Lisa Rosner reports, all that changed at a school for the blind in the Bronx as kids were treated to a beeping egg hunt for visually impaired children.
It's an Easter egg hunt with egg-sighted kids and beeping eggs, so children who are visually impaired can find them. The eggs are wired for fun by the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. This year they got a hand from the NYPD and the FDNY. It's the second annual beeping egg hunt in New York City, started by Holly Bonner, who writes the blog Blind Motherhood.
Our goal going forward is to have at least one in every borough.
Today it expanded from Staten Island to the Bronx. 150 kids took part at the Lavelle School for the Blind in Williamsbridge.
I found the eggs without getting so scared.
And she has a big smile like she does now.
Yep.
Assistant Principal Denai Fraser says the school had to explain what an Easter egg hunt was.
And how special and amazing this actually is.
The students range in age from 3 to 21. The experience challenges them to utilize their hearing and sense of touch.
Putting it in the bag, that's a skill they use in the classroom to strengthen up their hand movement.
I have my 12 eggs.
The eggs are traded in for chocolates with the help of volunteers from the Yonkers Millennium Lions Club. And today, another sensory experience.
Nice, right? Nice and soft.
Heading the NYPD's mounted horses and canines.
It was a very heartwarming experience.
Anytime you give back to these children and see the smiles on their faces, that's what it's all.
And starting this Monday, agents will start rehabbing any eggs that may have been damaged and will begin getting ready for next year.
A Buffalo substitute teacher has been arrested today on child porn charges. 33-year-old Stephen Gassiorek worked in the Cheektowaga Sloan School District and coached middle school basketball, JV baseball, and JV football teams. Federal prosecutors say Gassiorek posed as a young girl from California on Instagram and used social media to obtain nude photos of underage boys. Until the investigation is concluded, Gassiorek is banned from all school grounds.
After being charged with insider trading last year, New York Representative Chris Collins raised only $5,000 in the first quarter of 2019. The Federal Election Commission said the donations came from 3 sources, including 2 moderate Republican political action committees, the Tuesday Group PAC and the Republican Main Street Partnership PAC. Collins is one of 3 candidates to win in November despite facing felony fraud charges. Collins' spokeswoman has not yet commented. Coming up later tonight, an update on the support coming in to rebuild Notre Dame.
And we have details about the sex abuse case brought against a prominent D.C. synagogue. But first, let's take a quick look at the weather with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Khalil McIver. Khalil, how is the weather outside?
Well, if you took a look outside, it was another great day here in Oswego with temperatures reaching up to 58 degrees here, right where we should be around the average of 58, but like a little bit above average for the low as well. But if we take a look at our national picture, you can see that we have warmer temperatures to the southwest of us that'll be kind of making their way into its region. 63 degrees to the southwest of us in Cleveland. But as we take a look at our satellite and radar, a clear scan. And as for tomorrow, you'll have your first chance to really get some yard work done. Best chance tomorrow, but Friday is looking a bit questionable. I'll have more for you after the break. You're watching WTOP Nightly News.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion. Learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
It's back and better than ever. One student can win up to $25 in cash. All on Oswego's favorite game show, Sing to Win! Every Sunday night at 9, only on WTOP 10 TV.
Welcome back to WTOP. I'm Storm Team 10 meteorologist Khalil McGyver with your weather here on Wednesday night. Today was another beautiful day here in Oswego with temperatures reaching up to the mid-50s. But as you can see, we're dropping down to the 49-degree mark and around 48 degrees in Walworth. Zooming out, you can see that we're still a bit mild for the time of the night. 58 degrees down in Jamestown and 55 degrees in Buffalo. As far as our satellite and radar is concerned, we have a low pressure system making its way towards the west here, as well as a high pressure system to the east of us that provided us plenty of sunshine and clouds today. But as this low pressure system could be the next weather maker for the next 24 to 48 hours. Clear scan as well as zooming closer to home. As far as what I have in store for you tonight, a chance of rain overnight and a mild and breezy Thursday, as well as a wet weekend if you're getting ready to head out for Easter, but things are looking like they could be drying out just in time for Sunday. So let's time things out here for the futurecast as we head towards the overnight. A chance of rain around 1 o'clock and after midnight, temperatures reaching down around 44 degrees. But as we head towards the overnight, clouds begin to kind of clear out and you have 53 degrees in Fairhaven and 49 degrees here in Oswego. But the story of the day is going to be the temperatures that we're going to be reaching. Look at that, 71 degrees down in Fairhaven. But we're just going to be a little bit colder here in 64 degrees in Oswego. But as we head towards the rest of the day and through Friday, you can see that we have another chance of rain and potentially thunder as we reach temperatures around the mid-50 degrees. So also, if you're planning on traveling, here's a look at your traveling forecast. As you head towards the midday of Friday, the main threat is going to be mostly rain and the chance of a bit of some winds as well. But throughout the rest of the traveling period, mostly on Friday, if you're still heading out, mainly rain if you're heading down towards the Interstate 90 and 81. So let's take a look at what's going to happen tonight. 45 degrees with a chance of rain after midnight with the winds out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And tomorrow, it's looking very mild, mostly sunny with winds out of the 15 to 20 miles per hour, which will help bump those temperatures up. And as we head towards tomorrow night, mostly cloudy with still the winds out of the south at 15 to 20 miles per hour with a low of around 54 degrees. So here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Tomorrow's looking like your pick of the day with a high of around 68 degrees. And on Friday through Saturday, looking not necessarily best for your start to your Easter weekend, but things look to be drying out for Sunday. On Monday, we get back up to the 60s, and then we drop down to around the mid-50s for the rest of the week. Stay tuned for more news and sports after the break. You're watching WTOP Nightly News.
The second I got on the campus, I knew Oswego was the place to go.
There's a place for everybody at Oswego.
This school just opens the world to you. Have the opportunity to explore and to learn so many different things, not only about yourself, but the people around you and the world.
It definitely is about the student. I felt it to be very about me.
Now that I'm here, I can't imagine myself anywhere else.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
David Reed
Hey, I mean, they were. Do you think Bryce Harper is Tommy John survivor Nathan Eovaldi?
And welcome back to WTOP 10 Nightly News. After a weekend of damaging storms, areas from the Texas Panhandle to the coast of the Carolinas are expected to endure more tornadoes and severe weather. With the storms beginning in the central part of the United States today, the weather system is expected to hit areas in the deep south Thursday morning and move to the east coast on Friday. With the storms expected to last for 3 days, the system will cover nearly 1,400 miles.
A teen obsessed with Columbine who became a threat to Denver was found dead this morning from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. According to NBC officials, the 18-year-old flew from Miami to Colorado and bought a shotgun on the 20th anniversary of the shooting. A manhunt went underway after all contact was lost. The teen Sol Pei kept an online journal where she wrote about suicide guns and the plans she was making. More than 20 schools went on lockout on Tuesday, including Columbine. Classmates of Pei responded to the atmosphere in class in response to the news.
It's pretty tense. We all walked in this morning and there was like huge lines being like cattled through, and they were checking everyone individually for IDs and everything. So yeah, when stuff like this happens, because we've had threats and stuff in the past here, they get pretty tense and on top of things.
A lawsuit has been filed against a prominent Washington, D.C. synagogue for sex abuse. The suit against the Washington Hebrew Congregation's Early Childhood Center was filed by families of 8 young children. The families allege the synagogue ignored warnings that the children were being sexually abused for more than 2 years by a teacher at the congregation's preschool. According to CNN, a spokesman for the Metropolitan Police Department of the District of Columbia confirmed the investigation is ongoing.
Former Peruvian President Alan Garcia died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound when police came to arrest him this morning. Garcia was under investigation for money laundering and taking bribes in a major corruption scandal with other Latin American leaders during his presidency in the 90s and 2000s. Peruvian President Pedro Pablo Kuczynski, Ecuador's Vice President Jorge Glass, and Brazilian President Luis Inácio Lula da Silva all face consequences from being involved in the biggest modern corruption scandal.
In less than 48 hours after it was engulfed in flames, millions of dollars have poured in to help rebuild the iconic Notre Dame. But it'll take more than just money to bring the 850-year-old cathedral back to its full glory. Omar Jimenez has more on this massive undertaking.
Everyone from individual donors to some of the world's most recognized luxury brands are pitching in to rebuild Notre Dame Cathedral.
Notre Dame is one of the most emblematic churches in the world, but it's also a symbol of France. We do feel that responsibility also because we are the caretakers of those symbolic brands.
French President Emmanuel Macron says he wants the cathedral rebuilt in 5 years. Experts say that a full restoration is likely to take 10 to 15. One of the most damaged parts is the centuries-old wooden roof. And although the stone walls seem to remain largely intact, they too could present some challenges moving forward.
One thing that happens when you have great heat next to stone, limestone in this case, from the area of Paris, is that the stone becomes very powdery and soft. It can crack. It can lose its structural integrity.
But for most people, it'll be worth the wait to see Our Lady of Paris rebuilt, a true story of rebirth for one of the world's most recognizable cathedrals.
Sometimes when we look at something we love, literally reduced to ashes, we automatically almost see life coming from that. There's already life coming from death.
In Paris, I'm Omar Jimenez.
For more information about how you can help rebuild Notre Dame, go to cnn.com/impact.
Coming up after the break, Delaney Kepner gives us a sports update.
Hey Delaney, what do you got for us?
Coming up in sports, Oswego State's men's baseball team in their doubleheader against Alfred State.
and Syracuse comic Joe Gerard's senior season accomplishments.
Anybody can be a firefighter, male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers, we have leaders in business.
It's me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Pretty good today, pretty good.
Yeah, I thought we called a pretty fair game. Come on, man, that was a weak call.
Yeah, man, that ref is totally soft.
You might not know everyone in your community, but if you did, you'd see that people in recovery from mental and substance use disorders are all around. Reach out for support and begin your recovery journey. Join the Voices for Recovery. Strengthen families and communities.
For confidential information on mental and substance use disorders, including prevention and treatment referrals for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Welcome back. I'm WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm Delaney Kepner with your sports update. The Oswego State's men's baseball team swept opposing Alfred State yesterday in a doubleheader to extend their winning streak to 9 games. Alfred State scored right off the bat, but the Lakers had no trouble answering in each game, the first ending with a score of 9-4 and the second with Oswego on top again 8-2. This weekend, the Lakers will travel to Cortland for a crucial 3-game series, as just 1 game separates them in the SUNYAC standings. The first game will take place at Bob Wallace Field tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Staying on the diamond, the Oswego State softball team is also adding to the win column after winning 2 games against Plattsburgh yesterday. Strong pitching combined with powerful bats made both wins possible for the Lakers. The first game ending 9-2 and the second with a final score of 4-2. The team will face Potsdam on Wednesday for a doubleheader starting at 3 p.m. The Oswego men's tennis team is almost done with their season. Having high hopes in finishing their season strong, Rory Parker explains how the team plans on building from their 4-5 record.
Being more than halfway through the season, head coach Sean Evans explains the team's chemistry thus far in the season and how he plans on building from a 4-5 start.
Team chemistry has been great. A lot of the team bonding that we do outside of practice and a lot of the drills that we focus on in the practice, we start to get familiar with our strokes, where we are in the court and whatnot. So you can really see that reflected into our matches. So.
After being named Male Athlete of the Week for the week ending on March 11th, Chris Gaver remains humble and is not worried about receiving such an honorable accolade, but is more worried about improving his craft for his team's sake.
It does feel good to get some recognition for what I've done, and it certainly gives me a good amount of confidence, but to be honest, I feel kind of the same as I've always been, because I'm not really focused on what other people think about me. I'm mostly focused on how I can improve my own game and that sort of thing.
Only having a few matches left in his collegiate career, senior captain Brian Emergold looks back at the lessons he learned and advises the younger players to play at their best capability.
So I think for me, telling the younger players just to know that it's okay, just relax, like play your game, not focus too much on the pressure of the match, just play the match.
Having 4 seniors on the team, Coach Evans believes the seniors possess great qualities that help guide their team going into every match.
Just having that guidance. I mean, someone who's been there from start to finish, you can look to them for advice, and I think that's they're willing to give it. It's one thing, be a great player. It's another thing to be a great leader. And I think they're all that, all our seniors. So.
The Lakers take on Farmingdale this Saturday at 10 o'clock and try to advance their record to 7-6. Rory Parker, WTOP 10.
Coming off a loss to Damon, the Lakers look to score one in the winning column this weekend. Syracuse University basketball commit Joe Girard was the third named player of the year on Wednesday. The Glens Falls star has been racking up the awards, this being the second year in a row he was named Class B Player of the Year, along with being named Mr. New York Basketball. Girard's talent will be seen in orange on the Syracuse court next season. And now some highlights from last night's game, which concluded with a huge upset in NFL playoffs as the Tampa Bay Lightning were swept by the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Blue Jackets were able to shut down the #1 ranked Tampa Bay in just 4 games. Despite their 62 wins in the regular season, Tampa struggled against the Blue Jacket offense, who took every opportunity to rack up the points against Lightning goalie Andrei Vasilevsky, who didn't seem to play as well as he did for most of the regular season. This allowed Columbus to take the lead in every game, which seemed to be a shock to both teams, along with their fans. You can see the Blue Jackets bench and crowd go wild as they finish off the series on top. The Lightning were the league's best offensive team coming into the series, but yet in the end, Columbus was able to outscore them 19-8, ending the Lightning's reign for the season in a shocking twist.
Certainly a big upset there last night, for sure. Definitely an exciting game for the fans that were in attendance.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Khalil, what do you got for weather going on this week?
Well, it's looking even better tomorrow. Temperatures reaching up near 68 degrees, a bit breezy, but things are getting better.
Good to see.
I love that 60-degree weather thing, I mean, I've been looking for it for a while. It's been a little too chilly outside for me.
Yeah.
Especially with the wind.
Yeah, only downside is we're going to be expecting a little rain going into the weekend.
Anyway, that's a report for tonight. Be sure to stay tuned for The Real Deal.
Thank you for watching and have a great night, everyone.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly.
Lights out. Good night.
And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Oh my god, so you'll never believe what happened to Khloe Kardashian this week.
Oh my god, what happened? Tell me.
Okay, so she was at the mall, shopping at Saks.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there.
Hey, we're practicing for our new show, What's the Tea, starring me.
And me.
Hey, Brianna, when does it air?
Every other Sunday at 10 o'clock.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot.
Anyway, I can't wait for you to sip some tea with us.
Only on WTOP.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it.